Hey guys, I'm Dimension Jumper. Today I'm doing my top 5 boss fights for God of War Ragnarok. Now, with the teaser trailer being released a while ago, like a few weeks ago or so, we know little to nothing about God of War Ragnarok apart from some of those passage door looking things you see around God of War, and for God of War Ragnarok, there's going to be some bosses that I like to see make an appearance somewhat in the game. So for number 5 is Odin. Now, for this boss fight, I would like to see Kratos going against Odin, but Odin completely wrecking Kratos, because I feel like Odin will appear like once or twice in God of War Ragnarok, but then appear fully in the final game, if there's like a final game of this whole Norse pantheon version of God of War. And for God of War Ragnarok, I would like to see Odin completely wrecking Kratos in the first encounter, and then probably at the end or something, Odin could send Kratos down to Valhalla, and Kratos could go through Valhalla to get back to Asgard if Odin and Kratos have that fight there. And yeah, that'd be kind of interesting to see this fight in God of War Ragnarok, and then see the full fight in the following game. For number 4 is Thor. Now, this is kind of a no-brainer because we get to see Thor at the end of God of War if you take Kratos back to his house, and both him and Atreus see Thor in a secret cutscene, which is a dream, which takes like many years later after the original game, and you're going to see Thor appearing outside Atreus and Kratos' house. Now, I would like to see Thor be the first boss, kind of like how Baldur is, and also the final boss, again like how Baldur was in the original God of War 2018 game. And I would like to see Thor appear various times, and I would like to see probably like when you do get to fight Thor, him and Kratos have a bit of stalemate because their powers are kind of equal to each other, because Kratos was originally the original God of War in the original God of War games, and then he became a sort of demigod kind of character, and also we've got Thor, who's the God of Lightning, and they both got similar type of strength, I would say, and I would like to see them have a bit of a stalemate with each other. Then at the end of the game, when Kratos does kill Thor, that could unleash the power of Odin, and Odin could just come and sort of fight Kratos himself, I think. I don't know. For number 3 is Freya. Now, Freya, I feel like this will be somewhat of an interesting boss fight, because she has had her son being killed by Kratos, because in the 2018 God of War game, Kratos did snap Baldur's neck, and he said that the cycle would end here because Baldur was about to kill Freya, and Freya was, if you've played the game, very, very angry with Kratos, and she would curse him and other stuff. So I think this boss fight would be interesting because we've seen her pain throughout the original 2018 game, and we've seen her even though she's helped both Kratos and Atreus with various things, like told Kratos to get the gatekeeper's heart in Helheim, and then at the end of the game she's upset and angry because her son is dead. For number 2 is a double sort of battle, and that's Fafnir and Fenris. Now, this boss fight is going to be, to me, it's going to feel a bit like the boss fight we had with Thor's sons. I feel like there's going to be I feel like that. And even though Fafnir was locked up and kind of chained and everything, I feel like that Odin is gonna find him and kind of say, oh, by the way, Kratos and Atreus go defeat them on my bidding. But for Fenris, I feel like because with Thor being throughout the original God of War 2018 game, we were told that but they were told that Odin is kind of anxious and sort of like worried about what's going to happen to him when Ragnarok comes, and because he's got all those panel future telling things, I feel like one of them he's going to see is Fenris, and because Fenris in Norse mythology is a son of Loki, I feel like Odin is going to create Fenris instead of Loki giving birth to him somehow. I don't know. And then Odin is going to tell both Fenris and Freya to basically go and attack Atreus and Kratos before they could get to Asgard. And I feel like there's going to be a cool sort of double boss fight, because then they can like, I feel it's going to be on a much larger scale than the original double boss fight we had in the 2018 game. And for number 1 is Surtur. Now for Surtur, I feel like this is when I feel like when when Kratos is basically down in Valhalla, and Kratos is trying to get himself back up to Asgard when Odin has sent him there, possibly. And I would like to see him like, I would like to see Surtur like using a variety of his attacks that he might use, and Kratos trying to beat this version of the devil. I'm not too sure. I think Surtur is the devil in Norse mythology times. I don't know. The only thing I know about him is that in Thor Ragnarok, he's the bringer of Ragnarok. So yeah, and I would like to see Surtur like possibly fighting against Kratos, but then later he kind of switches sides and joins Kratos and Atreus when Ragnarok comes, and seeing that kind of like dynamic, like how Kratos how Kratos views Surtur and how Surtur views Kratos, and how they might have the same ideals of how they want to bring Ragnarok and defeat Odin, Thor, and all the other Norse gods. So yeah, so that's been my list for the potential boss fights for God of War Ragnarok. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.